It is what it is. Anyway, so this is what I had prepared, and now the secret sauce. I have my secret hard disk, which is really which contains some gameplay. Some gameplay I recorded playing against Pietro Bragiotto, and I think we can discuss such gameplay. Let me remember which one is which. Okay, this is against Madness. Okay. So usually we do this. We focus test matchup to prepare for PAUPERGEDDON, so we understand the sideboard cards that work, the sideboard cards that do not work, and such. I took the Madness one because it's the shorter, I believe. Let's mute it. And we are here. Are you excited, chat? Thank you, Bar, for the follow. Thank you very much. Hi, Mugent. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for being here. So, Pietro Bragiotto, also known as Grilla Peyote, has won PAUPERGEDDON, as I said, in 2024. So it's a decent player. And usually we test one against each other, one against another, to figure out the sideboarding and such. So, here is some focus testing on Mono Red Madness against CAWGATE. I played the stock list while he played the list which got fifth at the super qualifier, the list from Boomburst, I think. Yes. So maybe, yeah. And I play the stock list 3 envelope for Dispel. Yes. This is where my testing starts from. I think I really like my main deck. I'm not sure yet about the sideboard, but it is what it is. Okay. And so, first game, unknown matchup. Oh, this is funny. Pietro Rage Quit. Mulligan to 6, open 1 land. Mulligans to 5. Open like 1 land. Mulligans to 4, no discard. And he just concedes. So, of course, we do not take this seriously. We move and we restart everything. And now he's the one starting. I go Azorius Gate. He goes Gutter Snipe. I do not have anything to take off the Gutter Snipe. Of course, if I was on the play, the game would have been different because I could counter that. Opponent goes Plot Highway Robbery to play around my counter spell and waste my mana. Here I think about Brainstorm to look for a journey. I do not find the journey. This is a bit dubious as a play, but I really want my journey, and I do not want to tap out in my opponent turn with the counter spell. So I cannot just play Brainstorm in my turn to see one card deeper, as I should usually. I could play Tap Gate Go, but I really do want the journey. So I do this ugly play. I do not find the journey. I think all those play are clear. Opponent doesn't play the robbery because I have counter spell up and probably doesn't have 2 draw spells, so it's just waiting. I play the Squadron Hawk because I do not want to expose my Sacred Cat to the Lava Dart without strength if I can avoid to. I take 3 Hawks because I'm really scared about drawing 1. I counter the robbery. I expect another one, but have to counter it. Opponent doesn't have the robbery, but has got the snipe. Here, I look again for the journey. I do not draw it, but opponent has only has 3 cards in hand here. I keep my counter spell open. Opponent goes looting. I counter it. And I'm probably dead. I think I am. Okay, so what did we learn in this game? This game, we learned that Rakdos Madness, I consider it a good matchup, usually. Of course, if you do not draw your journey, you lose. If you're on the draw, they resolve Gutter Snipe or... they resolve Gutter Snipe or they resolve Castig and you cannot counter it or you just lose. So you need to respect those matchup. Good matchup is not something you always win. That's why I have a great sideboard. I keep 3 envelope because the Gutter Snipe doesn't ping if opponent doesn't have any spell in the hand. So I want to really attack the card advantage of my opponent. Have Hydroblast, that is a copy 5/8 of Journey. And Dispel. Protecting our life linker is relevant, but I do it. I kinda do it already by countering the draw spells, and I'm quite. I quite respect the removal spell. I do not just put the life linker if I do not have multiples or I cannot protect it. So here we were trying. My opponent at the end decided that Relic at the end of the testing is not a good sideboarding from Mono Red Madness. And you can see in these games if you agree with him or not. He thinks it's too situational. It's not a removal spell. You need to have first a removal spell and then a Relic. And the strength is not hyper relevant in this matchup. Of course, I wait to play my cat until opponent cracks the strength. I do not need to cast it into Relic. Yet, at least. Here I attack because opponent doesn't have hasty creature in the stock list. They are not playing the cat. I'm almost making a treasure, but then, of course, I remember of the fact I draw a card. I was lucky to draw this counter spell. Punished, maybe, I don't know. One goes face. I do not need to. I think maybe I lose this game, but this shows I do not need to expose my cat super early if I have interaction. Here I attack. And if I draw Basilisk, opponent is dead. I play another one, because if I draw Basilisk, I can pump 1 and 1. Of course, I know Mono Red Madness usually doesn't have and the Festivities main deck. So I do not need to respect it game 1. We are raid. Oh no, but we are post side, sorry. But, okay, wait. So, let's say, what do I expect Mono Red Madness to have in the sideboard for me? Pyroblast? Spellbomb? Maybe end the Festivities, maybe. Should have I respected it? Here? No, I do not think here you respect it anyway. I draw counterspell, but if they play it, then they have one less removal spell for cat, and they have 3 cards in hand, so they go down to 2. I think it's very unlikely. Like, I'm happy if they use the removal spell on my Squadron Oak. So I think it's fine developing another one. Welcome, Spunky Books, as you have been called in this world. Welcome, welcome. So here I play my cat. I have the counterspell. Opponent doesn't have a removal or has 2 relics. Remember that opponent had to cast Fiery Temper on me because I slow rolled the cat. So this cat would have been dead to the Fiery Temper and the relic if you just exposed it. So here has been very relevant to slow roll the cat. They have to kill it because otherwise they die to double pump from the hand. I can just play it back. They do not have any relic. Oh, here. Oh, sorry. The turn before I pumped and didn't attack one of those turns. So I was counting the lives. Where is it? One turn I pump and I do not attack because I misclick. No, this was game 3. Well, anyway, I misclicked. So we kept the track on the side. I kept track on the side. So this is one of the reasons you have to respect Mono Red Madness a lot, is because you often lose G1, game 1, because you keep a blind hand, you do not know what they are playing, and you lose to a nut draw. So you need to win both game post side, and you, even if it's a good matchup, you need to respect it. Otherwise, you just lose. Oh, there is no Discord, Sandra James 23. I'm sorry. But if you want, we often talk over on the familiar Discord. If you're interested. there is a thread for every matchup, pretty much, for every deck in the format. Also CAWGATE. So here they start decently. With turn 2 sneaky. They have to discard a lot of spells because they couldn't find a land, they told me after. We could guess. If I know if the post wasn't tracked, you have lost them. They will not refund if you didn't buy tracked. I buy a lot of cards on card market, but if the yeah, if you didn't pay for tracked shipping, it is what it is. Then you have to first complain with the post, and after to card market. Here we journey. Yeah, you have to go to the post office, tell them, oh, nothing came, and then you wait. Let's wait a second. Yeah, I had to counter. In my mind, I had one journey, but I do not have one journey in my hand, so yes, I have to counterspell the Gutter Snipe. I think I do not yet pump to play all my spell, and also to have to be able to play them next turn when I will be pumping. I would want to pump here. I forgot to make land drop, and I told him, and I think I lose this game due to the land drop. We were in a call here while testing, because here, because if I make a tap land here, okay, next turn I untap, play island, pump, and have strength back. While this way they go draw spell. I see. I wrote this strat because I forgot to play the land drop here. I countered the draw spell, and I do not have the strength to protect my cat. Here I counter again. Here, if I made a draw spell and I draw 1 mana interaction here, I can... oh yes, because my opponent has Lava Dart in the graveyard. So if I make one more land drop here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, here I could play untapped land, pump, and protect the cat with strength. While I do not have the extra mana, so I cannot do that. I would gain 4 life. Eat the Lava Dart, they would have 1 less mana. So here I actually lose this game, because now they kill it, I think. Or they kill me this turn. Yes. And I'm dead to Lava Dart, exactly. So I would have won this game, but I forgot to make the land drop, and so I lost. But would have been a one game. Here the plan was land drop, pump the Lava Dart because they are tap out, and cast Trance. If they do not tap out, I do the same. 8 probably... No, they have to tap out, I think. Yeah. It is what it is. Let's... So, we actually test 3 games in a row. 3 best of 3. I hope it's not boring for you, chat. But I think there is a lot to learn by testing against good opponents. Oh, wait, I can make this a bit bigger. I think. No. Maybe yes. Maybe yes, maybe no. Wait. Oh. Yes, I can make it a bit bigger. They have a good start. I don't have my main stop, but that doesn't matter here because I have to attack. So here, I think I lose the game, but it's very risky. So what do you do, chat, here? This is a very interesting spot. What do you do? There is 3 options. The first is pump the cat. Play basis, pump the cat. Gain 3 lives. You do not use any cards, and you take 1 less damage, like you eat 1 turn of Sneaky Snacker. The other option is play Hipgate and ramp for fake counterspell and ramp for Lorien, which you might eventually need to cast. Okay. The third option is tap land fake counterspell. And the fourth option is Journey the Sneaky and play tap land. What do you do? Because that Sneaky, you do not have any other way to block it right now. So, well, another option is play second Sacred Cat and try to attack, and you eat the clock of the Sneaky. But, so here, if the Sneaky is like an epicure in the ground, is hitting you for 1 every turn, but they are for sure gonna kill your cat. So let's say it's attacking for 2 every turns. Then it's doing a lot of damage in this game, probably. So what do you do? I let you think 1 second, and I go to the toilet while there is the ad break. But I think here I lose the game. Having no answers to Pinger, I don't like playing Journey. I would cash in some life gain when I have the opportunity as they are tapped out. So you would pump the cat? Or would you cast the second cat? I think this is game one. We are playing another game one, so we do not have blue elemental blast because it's a pre-sideboard. So we only have 8 for journey in the deck. If you journey the snaker and the next turn he plays Gutter Snipe, you lose the game on the spot. And you're correct. You do not think you will lose to 2 damages plus removal on my cats? Like 2 lava darts completely destroy your hand. We cannot do anything against 2 lava darts. Right now, of course. And it's not such a slow clock. Well, it's 10 turns, but of course there are bolt. So let's say, yeah, they need to suck the lands, but we do not do anything meanwhile. We just pass. So you would pump. Probably pumping was the correct line, I think, here. Pumping was the correct line. I made the wrong choice. Of course. Here, I say to myself, let them have it. I say to myself, if they have it, I lose. If they do not have it, I win. And of course, I journey the I journey the sneaky. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. I should have done as you say, Monty. I should have pumped the cat and passed. Of course, we get immediately punished. I play second cat since it's game one. They do not have. They do not have. What do you say? They do not have end the festivities. Well, yes, we also take two with that. Here I do this. I still feel in the game because here they let me discard strength and I can pump again. And this is okay. Because they have okay, they have 4 cards in hand. But I'm attacking for quite a lot. Yeah, to be fair, I didn't have the stop. Okay, to be fair, I didn't have the stop. Maybe I shouldn't come this game. But the testing is precious, you know? It was... we learn a lesson. We learn a lesson. Never journey the sneaky, because if we do not journey the sneaky, I think we never lose this game. Never journey the sneaky if you can avoid it. Because we die to Gutter Snipe. Here, because can you imagine if they do not have Gutter Snipe here? with double cat, Basilisk, and those trends protecting, we really can win this game. I discard to do the same play. And here I think I make another mistake. Here I think I make another mistake. Here after this they untap with 5 cards in hand. 4. And which one of those is Fairy Temper, and I'm down to 17. Okay. Here I'm scared of dying, and I cast the Strength. Here it's another mistake. I should have just kept the Strength. Here if I die, I die. I should not use the Strength. Here I can Cycle Lorien, cast Guardian, and have Pump Cat protected by Guardian, for example. Or I could have yeah, and I was threatening lethal the turn after, so they had to kill me exactly the next turn if I do not cast Strength. Of course, if I don't cast Strength, they attack for 4, they ping me for 3, plus they attack for 4, I'm at 13. So they just need like 4, 4, 8, 1 Lava Dart and a Bolt, and I'm dead. But here I think I should have waited on those Strengths. And if I'm dead, I'm dead. But I cast the Strengths. Well, I mean, it's not so obvious actually. Because I'm close to dying. What if they cast a bolt when I pump? I'm dead anyway because I do not gain any life. No, should have not cast the Strengths and try to go for lethal with Guardian. Here I tell my opponent Strengths. So here I made this mistake. If I kept Strengths, maybe we would have won this game. Because here we go Guardian. Well, here I pump, of course. Here I could do the same play with the Guardian up, because I had the Strength up. I flashed back the Strength. I flash back Strength. If I do not flashback Strength, I'm down to 13. They cast Bolt. I'm down to 7. And they probably, to be honest, already have Fire Blast, so I'm dead anyway. But we beat a single... here we give them one more draw. Do we? We lose to a lot of removal spells anyway. Maybe it wasn't so different. We save damage because now they cannot attack if we play Guardian. Maybe it was correct. We give them one more draw spell, the draw phase, but we block those 3. So it's like saving 4 damages. So it's the same as casting Strength, pretty much. Yeah, I think it was fine to cast Strength. Now before I was thinking it was wrong, but now I actually think it was fine to cast Strength there, because now we can cast Guardian and we have 3 blockers if they attack and we are lethal next turn. What do you think, chat? This is what I think. Of course, we cast Guardian, they untap and kill us. Sorry for the spoiler. So we lost. We would have probably won by not journeying the sneaky. He made a big mistake there, and we all learned together. Never journey the sneaky. If you have buzzes plus cat that delete it. About the strengths last turn, it was more close, I think. But I think, yeah, you use strengths, you save the triggers, you save the damage, and then you put the blocker, so you're saving the damage again. So I think it's fine to use strength. I do not see any upside in saving it. Thank you, Evazone66 for the follow. Thank you very much. Here we play nothing because we do not need to expose. How many reps do I expect them to side in? Okay, so this thing is quite a dubious thing because they have often Rebs, Relic, and also and the festivities or Electricity or similar often. So and Relic and red elemental blast, and they do not have so many cuts. So I actually do not expect them to. So every most of mono red player I meet side differently. Yes, also some have Searing Blaze, but they all side differently, and many of them have different ideas. So there is not any standard siding I would play against. I think often they do not side the Relic. If they side Relic, I do not expect them to have Red Elemental Blast or in great numbers. And if they side the Searing Blaze, often they have Relic, but they do not have Red Elemental Blast because they either try to do their game, which is casting draw spells and protecting them, or otherwise they often try to kill your creatures and they cut a bit on their game. So yeah, there is not a standard sideboarding they do. Yeah, so let's keep going. I don't know if I answered to you. If they side in wait, okay. If they side in Relic, would you consider playing some Dispel in place of some Strengths for G3? No, I think Strengths is straight up better Dispel because most of the game is not a fight on their draw spell or my draw spell, is protecting uh, life linkers, killing creatures and protecting life linkers. This spell is a combo with other cards which are either the kill spell or the counter spell, but it's neither of. Yeah, I think envelope is better. Of course, if I had more space, I didn't have envelope, I would then cast what is this? Of course, if I didn't have envelope, probably the future is a future without envelope for because you need dust to dust or you need to make space. Maybe you cut envelopes in the future. I do not yet have decided. I do not have decided yet. In such a future, I put this spell, of course. So yeah, here I'm keeping up all my counter, and I'm waiting because I do not have a Basilisk Gate, so I'm not in a rush to play my medic. We just wait. Here I play one because I have a double counter, and I'm fine in drawing one card. Actually, because I want a Squadron Hawk, Lorien, I want something. So I'm fine if they kill it. Okay, this is good to protect, so I develop both. And if they try to kill it, I of course protect it. I have another one. And we are fine. I have double protect. And here we draw the best card in the game. Best card in Pauper. Squadron Hawk. Literally unbeatable deck, every deck that plays it. Here I cast them since I have Dispel protection back, and I think I've won this game. Have 3 cards in hand now, 4 after draw spell, but I have counter Pure Ebb. I do not think, and the strength. It gives you too many cards to play Hawk Brainstorm. It's a burst of card advantage, unbeatable. So we move to game 2. To game 3, I do not remember, but post board. Oh, we are game 3 because we would have won game 1 probably if we didn't journey the sneaky. But we journey the sneaky, so we go to game 3. Yes. Okay, so here is another test. I think I made another mistake that I paid dearly with my life. Do you mull or do you keep this hand? I kept it. I think it was a big mistake to keep this hand. I got allured by all the beautiful cards I have. Yes, I in my previous testing against Madness, I lost some games because I didn't draw Basilisk or I didn't draw a Life Linker. So I had a very good hand, full of interaction, but then I didn't draw any of those two and I lost. So that's why I kept this hand, because I think I got a little bit burnt by those testing has burnt me in the in the soul. But actually, now that I'm a bit more, how do you say, have a colder mind. We say mente fresca in Italian. I do not know how do you say that in English. I do not remember anyway. But now I do think it's a mulligan, 100%. I need both white and blue. I need a tapped gate, so I should have mulligan this hand. I will put it as fast as possible to see the game anyway, but we can go over it a bit quicker because there is a um, clear mistake here. They also start super good, so but you actually think the strongest spell in the deck, like a hand with 4 Blue Elemental Blast, Basilisk, 3 Blast, a Cat, Basilisk, and Keep Gate, would you keep it? I think this is a good test that you shouldn't keep it. I think we lose anyway, even by drawing the third untapped land, which might even save us. Here, I do not I do not counterspell it since I can journey. And they get rewarded by the blue elemental blast, I think. Oh no. Okay. Here it's an interesting spot. You already see. What would you do in this spot? Opponent bolts you. You're at 5. What is your out here? What is your out? Of course, it's wrong. It's a wrong start because you kept wrong hand, which you would have should have side. But what do you do? Mostra il granchio qua. Yes, you fold and take your cards home. No, but I think yes, Backbone Gutter Snipe and Journey on Snacker. It's very bad, but I think it was the best line, and I thought it was funny that I made a super bad mistake on the keep of the hand, and then I found this, which I think it was the most optimal line. But yes, it's like we have lost already, pretty much. Here we have the last set. But we already learned how to avoid some very big mistakes, which are in order. Do not journey Sneaky Snacker if you don't have an answer for Gutter Snipe. You lose to Gutter Snipe. And the second big mistake is... wait, I put my iPad in charge so I can read the chat and watch the screen. And the second big mistake was... Wait, let's stop also the game. Was do not keep a hand without a tapped gate. It's even written in... to not keep hands without tapped land. But sometimes you forget or you say, but this hand is so good, and you get greedy, and they got greedy and they lost. So it enforces the the reasoning. Here, of course, I kept this hand because it's game 1 again, unknown matchup, so I have to I just do not know the matchup, and have to keep whatever hand has 2 lands. Here I get tilted because I miss my land drop, turn 3 and turn 4 in a deck with 24 lands. I have to journey the Gutter Snipe. I cannot even brainstorm to look for a land. Maybe I should have, but okay. Luckily, I draw the land, so I can cat. I can cat and charm the Gutter Snipe, playing around Fire Blast. Because otherwise they could Fire Blast the Modern Age if I just played before cat. If I just played charm before cat, they could kill the Modern Age. You would have gone for the brainstorm there. You think the brainstorm helps us more than killing the Gutter Snipe? You would have been rewarded because there was an untapped land on top. You could make the land drop and kill the Kessig anyway. If you didn't find an untapped land with this lava dart, probably you would have been dead, I think, because you play tapped land, you play cat. Yeah. So yeah, but I understand. I understand. Yeah, it was a Kessig. Or was a Gattes? Yes, it was a Kessig. And then now you wouldn't have many cards in hand. While here I can brainstorm Hawk at least. Next turn. I put blockers on the field. I do not have a basis to pump, so it's a pretty desperate situation. It's game one, and we kept a very slow hand. Even going for brainstorm, even going for brainstorm, we probably would have lost anyway. I think. So it didn't change much. Of course, it's the downside of having a closed deck list, which PAUPERGEDDON is a closed deck list. You do not know you're against mono red, and you keep this hand with double trap and charm, which is terrible. So you have to win game 2 and game 3 against a very strong deck. Okay, so here there is something very interesting. Wait. Okay, here I click submit before taking out the cards, so we start again from game 3. Okay, from post game. I already discussed this in a previous video. You can find on my YouTube channel or in the VODs if you are subscribed. Here I cut Charm. I cut Charm because it's true, it exiles Sneaky Snacker, but is situational. If opponent has Sneaky Snacker, it's good, otherwise it's bad. Opponent sometimes doesn't draw Sneak and you draw that, so it's pretty bad. And also, it's not always a removal when you need it, because they can just bolt your creatures. So, and the game, especially post side, is them killing your creatures. You shouldn't. If you keep your creatures on the ground, you're winning usually already. So you do not need Trap and Charm. So you just have no respect for Sneaky Snacker post board. This is not obvious to cut Trap and Charm. You could keep one, you could keep all of them. Also Modern Age. Modern Age I think is just too slow. I'd rather keep Modern Age over... Because I think there was one of the best players I know proposed to cut Squadron Hawk rather than Modern Age, but I think Squadron Hawk Brainstorm is too powerful. It's too powerful. We cannot afford to not play Squadron Hawk Brainstorm. So yeah. But this sideboarding is not obvious, I think. Here I mulliganed, so I have to keep the hand I get. I counter the pinger, of course. I counter the second spell, I think, and I do not have anything. No. Okay, the robbery. I'm very patient with this deck with the brainstorm, because if I brainstorm lock myself, I lose. So I do not need to move. We can just wait. We can also let a pinger resolve now that we have journey. Opponent is really respecting our envelope, blue elemental blast and such. As few and my patience with brainstorm get rewarded a bit now. Of course, the Epicure. Fire Blast. Fairy Temper. Okay, here I do this because I hope to draw a Lorien and I want one more 3 mana rather than the extra card. I would want to have the open mana next turn, so that's why I do in end of turn. I think we do not need to take a max card advantage in this matchup. Oops. Okay, double counter spell on the draw step. Searing Blaze. Lava Dart. Luckily, we have this. This is not so great. Actually, I have 2 creatures. I have double envelope for the draw spell. Here the plan actually with double bases is killing them with this Squadron Oak. I let this Gutter Snipe resolve. No, I counter it. I think I might... Oh no, because I knew they had the Lava Dart already. No, they cast Searing Blaze. I think it's fine to let it resolve if they have so few cards in hand. I journey this. And counter every spell they have if I can. They have 2 turns to kill my Squadron Oak. I think, and here I think we win. We are fine. Protect it. It's the only creature I have. And here, we are not in a crazy... Okay, let's wait. Read the comment. We are not in a crazy good situation, actually, here. Here, instead of second pump, maybe it was better to hold up strength. Return immense sorry. We still had strengths, right? With the treasures. We had strengths with the treasure, I think. But no counter spell. Let's see. Sure. I think opponent has 2 Lava Dart. Let me think. Okay, so you can protect it for real. Yes. But you give... Yes. Yes, I think it was better. I think it was better to keep 1 strand up. It was better. Are you sad about the opponent killing your creature? Do you want to really use all your resources? Probably yes in this position because you do not have any other creature. Of course I get uh, res I get I do not get punished because I draw a cat later and I win the game. But I think it was better to do as you said. And I think I should have left. There was a reasoning for letting the first casting resolve and keep the counter spell because that casting was pinging you for 2, putting you down to 9, and then doing 1 damage per turn, which is not terrible. you can kill him before, if you can kill opponent before if you have an attacker. So even countering the first casting might be a mistake. I could just let it resolve. What do you think? And here, of course, we draw Sacred Cat and we win the game. Lucky. But yes, with one more, I would have taken maybe 4 pings, 6 pings at max. I would be at 3 and I would win. I would have won with the Squadron Hawk in the air 1 turn earlier. So yeah. Yeah, that turn, because it was not relevant that Kessig didn't put on us such a clock, since they had a few cards in hand and we had... but we had... If the last card were bold, we wouldn't been dead though. 8, 4. We took phase 12. Close. Close call. Close call. Yeah. Close call. And then opponent, I think, Mulligan again here. I do not know. Do not remember. So, yeah. What do you think in this situation? Do you counter or not? Let's go to that situation. I think this is very interesting, chat. Very, very interesting. Here. Okay, here, let's say you pump once. They have 5 more life. They are at 14. Opponent has 2 Lava Dart and 2 cards in hand. Do we counter or we do not counter? You are dead to... no, if they bolt Lava Dart, you can Strength, probably, the last one. And you go to 2. Okay, you're dead if the last card they cast is Lava Dart. If the last card they cast is Lava Dart, so if they do in the right order, bolt. No, but you can counter the second bolt. You can play it on the second bolt. But then they can kill it. They can kill this and be lethal the turn after. Very close situation. Yeah, but let's say they do it this turn. They play this one. They go bolt phase. You let it resolve. They go second bolt phase. You need to counter it. Yes, you play strength. Now they kill the Squadron Hawk. You do not have nothing. You took 4 plus 1. Okay, so you took 5 damages. You are 6. And you untap with counterspell and 2 envelope. But if you don't draw a creature in the top 5 card, you're dead. Which is not unreasonable. Also, their spell you have to counter, and they still make the clock shorter. Yeah. Oh yeah, we could have a second counter spell. But if you do not second pump, you do not threaten lethal here. 3, 6. Because here, if I double pump, I can single pump next turn. If they Lava Dart, I can strength. If they Lava Dart, I can counter. Strength 3. I pump. Leave 1 Basilisk up. They can strength counter, yes. And eat all their stuff anyway. I forced them to put their removal on Squadron Oak. Yeah, second, no pumping seems safer. You also win with the top deck Basilisk anyway. I wonder, maybe someone on YouTube will have... I will have the idea. No, wait. Because I didn't put the chat in this side, but I think I read the comment. Yeah, no double pump here. What would happen? Counter here or not? I do not know. Very hard. Because here, if I counter as I did, I fold to removal here and not drawing creature. That's it anyway. This is a very interesting spot.